Welcome back to By Your Side with B Wise and Tino. Now, our next guest is very special, super lyrically talented. He's been doing his thing, has just dropped an EP titled The Blackout, and here to talk to us about it and a whole lot more. Shout out, my bro.
What's going on, bro?
What's good, bro? How you doing, man?
Always good, man. Yourself?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Real quick, man, how you been? Like, just bring us up to speed.
Very
like,
good.
What's been going on?
Very good. It was a stressful couple of years with the COVID and that, but we're very good now. We're very good.
So we're back on track.
We're back on track. We're back on the horse, that's for sure.
For some of our listeners who might be just tuning in and also getting to know you for the first time, let us know where you call home and what got you started in this music business, bro.
I'll call home South Africa, Durban, Wentworth.
Shout out.
Shout out Durban, but I also call home Perth because I moved here in 2008 when I was 12, and then I started making music around 2009, 2010. So I've been around for like 10 years or so actually writing music.
Beautiful, man. But I did also start to see you sort of shining amongst the sub-genre or the growing sub of the grime scene here in Australia as well.
100%. The way I see it is we were doing grime, they're doing drill. You know what I mean? It's the same sort of thing that was happening back then. But the difference is a lot of us from the grime generation has made our own style now. Yeah. So it's still a lot of skippy flows, but we've learned how to break it up and actually write music now. It was a very hungry scene. Everyone was trying to prove themselves. So
the
that's why my
ciphers
were exactly very big.
Wow. I'll see you in the corners like, let me get these ones.
And the thing is as well was I was the only person from WA doing it. There was no one from my city doing it. So I was flying, shout out Fracture. I was flying all the way to Melbourne to link up with the 50-50 boys that Fracture was putting on. It was all free. And then, we started linking up with Chill, Wombat, and that's when stuff really started making some noise. But it was very hungry. That's like the best way I could describe it. It was very, very hungry trying to prove myself.
No, I hear that, man, and it definitely came through. As the youth do, we tend to take our own things and make it our own. And also, we're definitely influenced here in Australia by different cultures, but talk to me about how you guys continue to make it your own.
The way I see it, for starters, it was Eyes on America. Then it was Eyes on the UK. And now I feel it's Eyes on Australia. You know what I mean? But like, we were getting stuff and influence from the grime scene hard because there was no grime here. So there was a lot of flows and stuff that we were trying that was the same as the UK stuff. But then we started making our own style. Yeah. Where the same thing's happening with the drill stuff. Once the Australian scene seems to click on that we don't need to really get influenced by anything else. We've got it in-house. That's right. We're going to be the next thing. We'll pop really quickly.
The rest of the world is starting to take notice of everything that's going on. Like we're having this conversation. Man, 100%. So hats off, man.
The Australian scene is, I'm proud of it. Like as much as like people want to say it's oversaturated and stuff like that, I'm proud of it. 2-3 years ago, there wasn't this many rappers, especially from Perth. Shout out Perth because, wow. Yeah. Like, wow, man. Like, the amount of talent that's coming out of WA at the moment is nuts. It's wild. It's insane, bro. And, like, the range of stuff that's happening, like the genres, it's not just one genre, which is good to see. So, yeah, shout out the whole of the Australian scene, man. I'm very proud of it.
And I'm going to come back to you on that with WA as well, in particular, what you're saying. But I want something that you should be also proud of is the release of this record, or this EP, man, of The Blackout, bro. So,
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
We start bar heavies. It started, like, really, like, lyrical focus and competitive, but you've also grown as a songwriter and the way you pull your melodies and the way you're working at. What was your creative motivation going into this one? And in your creative process?
I proved to everyone I could rap. You know what I mean? Everyone knows I could rap. Yep. I had to prove to myself I can be an artist now.
Got you.
Yeah. So like there's a few things on the table for me before COVID. My name was on a scale to where I could take it independently. So we did that, and then COVID hit. So we had to focus on doing our own thing. And then somehow I was touring a lot and doing a lot of shows. So I never got time to really stick in the studio and make music, and I could never write fast. I was never that person. I always had to be by myself in the room and that. COVID hit, and then I sort of had to be in the studio and start doing stuff. So I don't know what happened. I was at my mum's one day and I started writing Blackout, which was a single. And then I wrote Trends, and then I wrote That's Okay, and all melodic stuff. It was never stuff I've written before. It almost sounded like I was...
The emotion, you can feel in that as well. Like
Thank you, bro. So it felt like I was almost featuring myself. And then I was saying to my manager, like, we'll release single. Yep. And I stood back for a second. I was like, hold on, this is actually like a project. It's all happening at the same time. It all means the same stuff. Yeah. And that's why the intro was never written first. It was actually written last because it ties the whole project up. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, the process was very different to anything else I've written before, man. And I feel like it was because of the engineer I worked with. Shout out JKL. It was him pushing me to try different stuff.
Got you.
And like, I've never sung in my life or anything like that in my life, but he gave me the confidence to start doing a lot of experimenting.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So like now and like that was 3 years ago. So you can only imagine
you're
what's
where you
going
are
on.
now.
Exactly,
So, you know, you play
exactly.
from the thing.
Exactly.
But now to see that, bro, and it'll always grow. Like, as a tool, the vocalist, and you're getting it
No,
there,
that's
bro.
it.
Like, I
That's
love to
it.
hear
That's
it.
why I look at like Tory Lanez as well. Like he's taught himself to sing himself, and like look where the dude's at
Exactly,
now,
bro.
you know?
Talk to us about what was the decision planning or decision making between, okay, this one I'm gonna do it with me and build my team versus the conventional, like, let me sign it or something like that.
This is gonna sound fucked, but like I'm all about the truth, man. I just felt like I was getting lowballed. You know what I mean? Like from for what they wanted, from what I made, from something else that was a lot smaller, was like So that was like, maybe try this yourself, build your own team, and see what happens. It was more of like just trying. I never took the deal to start off with for money at all.
Yeah.
Like it was never ever about the money. It was always for a foot in the door, because you can't make money without the plug.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You need that.
Yeah, I felt like I had all the resources I had to actually run the ball up with my own team.
Yep.
No disrespect to anyone who's signed before. Like it was just a thing for myself where it was like, I'm in control of it. I get to say what's to go, and there's no very limits on what the fuck I get to make to do. You know, like it's. I can do whatever. I can do whatever I want. Like I can release tomorrow if I want to release tomorrow. There's no holding back with the independent thing. But there's cons with the independent thing where you're doing stuff yourself. You know what I mean?
So it's a lot bag more, and all that and everything.
It's your bag. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more work going into it. Shout out to Golden Era. They always looked after me. Though I have no bad words to say about any labels. All the labels have always looked after me that I've been signed with. But yeah, I just thought it was a step forward for me, and like I just had to go take that leap.
Well, congratulations on that. And I mean, because not enough people get congrats for doing it independent, because
thank you, bro.
Taking full ownership and you're building equity in your brand, but you're working it up from the ground. One thing, bro, as well, I want to ask you about, man. I remember reading you're actually a victim of an assault or a stabbing and that, bro. Is that something you want to talk about?
Yeah, definitely, bro, definitely. So it was basically at a hip hop show, for starters. Why the fuck do people bring knives to like hip hop shows without listen to music?
Yeah.
I know some people are from the streets, and like, don't get me wrong, I've got boys that are in the streets, but there's a lot of people who are just doing this because they're influenced by this music, which is fucked. Yeah. But yeah, I got poked in my chest and in my lung, and one in my leg as well. Very lucky. This was like a couple months ago. And yeah, it was just at one of the homies' gigs. I went to go stop a fight, literally saying, this is the reason why we don't have anything going on. He rushed me. I touched him up a little bit. I thought we were going to have a fast fight. And then, yeah, my mates pushed me off. He's like, you need to go to the hospital.
Because when it happens quick,
it happens so quick, bro. Adrenaline's happened so quick. But it's a blessing, bro. Like it's a very like you seen that dude in Brisbane, that dude that got hit in the neck. You know what I mean? I couldn't even watch that video because it's
me too. Actually, I had to turn it off because
that's another thing people don't speak about, bro. Is like the trauma after you getting stabbed or like that. It's not.
Thank you, bro.
It's not like I didn't expect that myself. The stabbing itself wasn't too bad, but like the whole of like fuck. I'm alive now, you know what I mean? I was so close to dying. It's a big thing, dude, and it makes me run the ball up harder.
That's why I wanted to bring that up with you, bro, because like it's like the trauma of any physical altercation. Like, yeah, we are here, we're like, oh, but the thing is, like, when we go through it and that, it's good just like say and to see how you bounce back from it.
No, 100%.
Now, geographically, Perth is a super isolated city. I think it might be one of the most isolated cities on its own. And we touched on this before. There's a lot of great music coming out of Perth. And out west, period. You know, y'all are leading the pack. So how do we now go about connecting the dots and closing the gap? What do we do together to bring everyone more together? How to artists, how to events, how to promotions, because of that logistic difference?
Now it's opened up. Like we're opened up. So there's nothing stopping us from doing like an East to West festival or an East to West. We could start off from doing an East to West tape. The tape does good, you run it as a tour. That alone could run forever, for generations coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always said the first people to do like an all Australian hip hop festival, like this like new gen is gonna make millions, man. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. Like, you know what I mean? But like the link ups, I feel like the egos need to be dropped, and people just need to start working together, because when we start working together, shit happens so quickly, so fast. Like the last couple generations are a prime example of it. Like when all chill and everyone started linking up, our fan bases were going bananas because they're like, what the fuck is going on right now? So that's all I think it needs to happen. It's just people need to start linking up. And yeah, definitely the ego thing, man. Like the Perth and Sydney, we both got the same sort of ego thing. Everyone wants to be the man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to step back and you can actually let people be the man to open doors for other men. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just reckon it just needs to happen, like the link ups. I've already started doing it. And yeah, definitely some shows
All
for
right,
sure.
beautiful, bro.
Definitely. For
All right,
sure.
man. Well, love to hear it, man. And again, thanks for being here, talking to us, bro. And good luck with everything that you got going on, bro. And you're a friend of the show.
Legend.
My G,
Legend.
bro.
Thank you.
That Shadow in this building, man. This is by your side. Let's get it.